some of these online contests, and they weren't happy with the results. I promised them we could do better, and we did.
That's cool.
So it's going to be Coastal Tsunami.
I'm John Ridd, and my wife and I, Roberta, we run Top Shelf Creative, graphic design firm in Gibsons here. We do branding for all kinds of businesses on the coast and off coast. We were super excited to be asked to be involved. Like, it was a real full circle moment for me. Like, I played in this league forever ago when Ray Stonehouse owned the North Shore Flames. So it was really cool, to get hockey back to the coast here and give the locals something to do, but to be asked to be involved to help design the brand of the team was an honor for sure. They ran the naming contest, which was a fascinating process, and all kinds of submissions came in. And I guess if I'm being honest, when I heard the name was going to be the Tsunami, I wasn't really sure what to make of it. At an initial glance, to me, it kind of sounded like a minor league Japanese baseball team. So we wanted to do what we could to bring it to the Pacific Northwest and make it something that the locals could attach themselves to. As far as the color scheme, Rick and Julie and Stu and management, we had lots of conversations back and forth about that, about what would be an appropriate color scheme for the coast team, and it kind of kept coming up over and again that the Seattle Kraken did a fantastic job really capturing that look of the Salish Sea, the Pacific Northwest in the winter kind of colors. That's kind of what we were given from the beginning, was the name and the color scheme, and a bit of an open slate. We're looking for inspiration from all over the place. It doesn't even have to necessarily be a sporting logo or hockey specifically. We're looking at all kinds of examples of waves, and we weren't even positive the wave was the best way to go. Initially, we had conversations early on with Rick about doing some kind of a Poseidon type of a sea god type of a vibe. But I'm thrilled with where we ended up in the end. Once we decided to kind of give this inanimate object, a wave, a bit of personification, adding the stick in the hands and the eyeball and making it look mean. Like, of course, it had to have some aggression to it, knowing that Winger was going to be the coach and GM. So once we made this wave look mean, I knew we were off to the races.
It's huge, It's like it's the next go around. I grew up here. I was in Gibsons the entire time that the Beachcombers were shot. I grew up. That it made a huge impact in my life. And when you go anywhere and you get off a plane and somebody says, "Where are you from?" you say Gibsons, and they said, "Oh, Gibsons, yeah, the home of the Beachcombers." And now you get to say, "I'm from Gibsons. It's the home of the Beachcombers and the Coastal Tsunami." That hockey team that does so well.
I mean, the Trident is what was left over when I mentioned we were considering some kind of a Poseidon or a sea god. Of course, he wielded the Trident, and when we went in the direction of the wave on the front crest, I still wanted to play with that idea of the Trident being involved in some way. So we gave the Trident, in that monogram that we created for the shoulder patches with the CT, Coastal Tsunami CT, we turned the Trident into a bit of a T, and it works really well as a secondary logo. Some of the favorite merch that I've seen that was done was just the ball caps with that shoulder patch monogram on it. I think it just turned out so well.